Good day everyone and welcome to our general mathematics class. I am Shirley and for today's discussion, we will be having one-to-one functions. Let's start. Okay, so what are one-to-one functions? What is a one-to-one function? It is a function in which every element of the domain is paired with exactly one element in the range and each element in the range is paired with exactly one element in the domain. Kaya siya tinawag to one-to-one. Kumbaga, stick to 1 ang bawat element ng domain sa bawat partner niya sa range and vice versa. As an example, we have here a function illustrated by mapping. Based on the arrows, we can see the relation between each element in the domain and the range. Like 1 is paired to 2, 3 is paired to 4, and 5 is paired to 6. Another example is this set of ordered pairs. So we have the points 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 6, and 4, 16. Based on this, we can see that no element in the domain was repeated, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, making it a function. Now, if we're going to examine the elements of the range, we can see that no element is repeated, like we have 1, 4, 6, and 16, making it a one-to-one function. Okay, so here are some real-life examples of one-to-one functions. First one, an area and its zip code. Like in the province of Bataan, when we say 2104, it only corresponds specifically to the area of Lamao. At the same time, a zip code of 2103 corresponds to Limay area only. Another example is a student and his or her LRN, or the learner reference number. There is a unique learner reference number for each student. Whatever grade level he or she is, his or her LRN remains the same. A student cannot have two LRNs, and at the same time, an LRN cannot correspond to more than one student. Last example is a person and his or her thumb mark. We know that a person's thumb mark distinguishes his or her identity. It is also used for security purposes because of its uniqueness in every person. Okay, so now let us check the following functions whether they are one-to-one functions or not. First one, we have here the domain and the range expressed by mapping. So, by looking at this, we can see that each element in the domain is paired with exactly one element in the range. However, this element y is paired with two elements in the domain which are b and c. Therefore, we can say that this is not a one-to-one function. Next example, we have a set of ordered pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. In this set of ordered pairs, we can see that no element in the domain and even the range is repeated. Thus, this is a one-to-one function. Lastly, we have another set of ordered pairs, and we have 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, and 6, 1. Although no element in the domain is repeated, because as we can see, the elements of the domain are 3, 4, 5, and 6, but as we check the elements of the range, we can see that the element 1 in the range was repeated. Therefore, we can say that this is not a one-to-one function. Now, how about if we were given a graph of a function? How will we know if it represents a one-to-one function or not? The answer is by using the horizontal line test. This test is used to identify whether the graph of a function represents a one-to-one function. Take note that a function is one-to-one if and only if a horizontal line passes through its graph at exactly one point. In our example here, if we will draw a horizontal line across our graph, we can see that it will intersect the graph at exactly one point only. Thus, we can say that this graph represents a one-to-one function. Let us have more examples. First one, we have graph of a linear function. So we have here a line. So, if we're going to draw a horizontal line across the graph, we can see that the horizontal line intersected our graph at exactly one point. Therefore, we can say that this is a one-to-one function. Second example, we have here a parabola opening downward, which is a graph of a quadratic function. Upon drawing a horizontal line, we can see that the horizontal line intersected our graph at 2 points, thus making it not a one-to-one function. And last one, we have here curve. Again, if we're going to draw a horizontal line across the graph, we can see that the horizontal line intersected the graph at 1, 2, 3 points. Thus, this is not a one-to-one function. And that ends our discussion. Thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again soon. Goodbye!